Let me give you a guided tour. Let us learn some more. Hi guys, I'm the Amastorian. I'm here to talk to you about some Viking stuff, namely Viking runes. Now, runes are the Viking way of writing, and they are pretty, shall we say, line-ish? Yeah. I have a ring here with runes on it. It's not very accurate runes. I'm gonna show it up to the camera so you can see some of it. Here it is. Okay, it's upside down. No, it wasn't. So that's it. Here it is. And what it is, it's just simply very straight lines meant for carving. You're supposed to carve these runes into a hard material like bone, or more often than not wood, and stone. Quite often they were carved in stone. They're called rune stones, and rune stones were mainly a sort of a memorial, a memory of yourself, a way of bragging to others what you have done and how awesome you were. In Uppland, a part of Sweden, there are over 3,000 rune stones only in Uppland. Many of them talk about a place called Krickland, meaning Greece, that they went to Greece as mercenaries, or väringer. The Varangian Guard, as a way of saying it. And it's quite common. We find new runestones every year. But these runes disappear with Christianity. And I have a theory about this. I'm pretty sure that the Vikings in general knew how to read runes a lot more than people in the Middle Ages. The Christian Middle Ages knew how to read Latin words or Latin alphabet. When the Christianity came and the church took over reading completely, nobody knew how to read. So a new way of communicating information was developed. A tailor would have a pair of scissors over his shop, or a blacksmith would have an anvil, or a pharmacist would have a deer or a rabbit or something. We still have that in pharmacists today in Sweden. Every pharmacist has an animal name. Today, even. So that is quite common in that period. Or a tavern would have a mug of ale, or maybe some sort of goblet of wine, anything like that. Just because people didn't read, so there was no point in writing, I have a tavern, or I'm a blacksmith. Why write it when no one can read it? So if we turn the table, why write a rune stone, which cost a lot of money to hire someone to actually carve these runes, which takes a lot of work. You gotta find a good stone to use, know what you're gonna write, then take the time to carve in these runes, which take a lot of time, and you gotta have a good one to carve it so it gets good. You want this fancy stone to be good. So it's got to be a good carver. That means it costs a lot of money. Why the hell would you pay a lot of money to carve this thing if no one can read it? I mean, people weren't stupid. They weren't stupid. Why would you pay for that? No one would. So, I believe most people, at least in the upper classes in Viking society, maybe not all the women, maybe not the poorer, certainly not the slaves or thralls or trälar, would not have known how to read it, but most of the important people and most of the middle class would probably have known how to read runes. Otherwise there wouldn't have been a reason to write these rune stones in the first place. Sure, there are instances where runes have been used as spells for healing or cursing or so on, and that is why I think the church laid a heavy hand on trying to actually get the runes to basically disappear. They just constantly tried to oppress it as witchcraft and sorcery and so on, and therefore stamped it out of the population. And what we have left? Well, we have left the church in charge of writing in general. And if you control who can read and write, then you can control a lot, because then you control information itself. What you tell people is the information they get. And that is control. That is power. And the church and the king wanted power, especially the church. And that's why I think the runes disappeared. The church wanted power. But also, people in the Viking era knew how to read runes a lot more than people nowadays think or believe. And that's my theory on this. If you have another theory on it, please tell me in the comments below, okay? See ya. Bye.
Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe.